Right, guys, hello again. Welcome back. This is Mihai from pipsandtips.com. Going to start in just a few moments. One more confirmation, please, that we have sound and charts, everything okay. Jez, I understand your question. I think most important is to close your trades on the same, let's say, on the same strategy and respecting the reasons why you got in the first place. So basically, if it's a short-term trade, if it's a scalp, then you should adapt your take profit to that perspective, and also to the stop, to the risk that you have on that trade. That is, it's not really reasonable to expect profits of, let's say, 800 pips when you risk only 5 pips or 10 pips. Hi there, Nico. On the other hand, you can't have stops of 100 pips and consistently taking only 1 or 2 pips, because in the end, if you just add up all the spreads that you're losing all the time, basically you're paying more the broker than you pay yourself, and the risk is still there, and the broker is not going to compensate your risk in any way. In fact, you have to pay the broker the 1 or 2 or 3 pips spread every single time you're entering a trade. So, as a general rule, I would say the more pips you take, the less you pay your broker, because you don't have to trade that often. So you might have 1 or 2 or 3 trades per week. You're only giving about 10 pips to your broker, and you can make, let's say, 100 or 200 for yourself. While on the other hand, if you keep scalping, yes, it can be profitable, but it's more, let's say, more time consuming. It requires a lot of, say, flexibility, a very, very strong discipline. And also, you have to cover all these spreads all the time, and they add up to quite a lot. If you're scalping, let's say, 20, 30, 50 pips per, 30, 50 trades per day, it adds up to quite a number of pips for that you're actually losing before even making profit. That's right, Splo. It is not trending. Well, now I was wondering myself, how do you trade these markets? I'm trading intraday, so whatever is in front of my eyes right now, this is what I trade. So whether the market is trending or not, for the trades I have at this moment, it's less relevant. If I see the market strongly trending, then some other strategies I'm following will be, let's say, more appropriate, and then I will have larger stops when I'm trading against when I'm trading with the trend, and I can afford to use, let's say, different techniques. It depends if your strategy is depending a lot on the trend, on a trending market. If you are trading a trend following strategy and that needs strong trend, then simply not trading at all is one one solution, or just trading something else, trading a strategy not necessarily counter trend, but that has where the trend is less important. All right, guys, let's get started with GU and GJ. Any preference? I think GU is what you guys are usually more interested in. I'm currently trading the GBPCHF short. This pair seems to be quite volatile. I've been watching it for the last few days and actually made some nice pips last week as well. Now I'm in profit about, let's see, 7-8 pips on this pound Swiss. What I see on it is some bearishness coming in the session to come, so I'm definitely on a short signal right now. I'm not sure if this will continue and for how long, but it looks good. And I think if we clear the 57.60 area, then we should see more GBP weakness. That means it will be interesting to find some bearish setups for GU and GJ. Okay. Now, at first glance, I'm looking at GU. I see my indicator, my trend meter is 70% bearish. That's quite a clear reading, a clear bearish reading. So it seems like at first sight we're looking for shorts. Now let's see what the charts are saying. Let's see at the weekly chart first. You remember that big formation we observe basically every week, and we just hit the resistance, the trend line, a falling trend line right here at 63 2 weeks back. Since then, we had some bearish price action last week, some bearish price action this week as well until now. And we have, most importantly, the shape of this wave, this ABC that looks like a retracement. Indeed, it retraced, I think, up to 78%. Not really all the way to 78, in between 61 and 78 fib. That's where we pulled back. It's not yet confirmed long-term shorts GBPUSD yet, but I think we did hit a level of resistance around here. We'll have to see on the smaller time frames if this looks strong enough to be sustained. Now, overall, guys, the big, let's say this formation, mark it with draw some waves here and then remove them just to point out the long-term scenario that I have. I was looking for a big bullish pattern targeting 171, 172 as part of this retracement, basically. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 was supposed to target 171, 172. Well, this setup is still valid, but it's in standby. We need to have a confirmation by a break of the 78 pips, so we're still not there. Okay? As you guys were saying earlier, the market is not trending. It's not strongly trending for sure. It's more of a mild trend that don't really show strength either way. So in such market conditions, in short term, anything is possible. And well, while you still prefer to take trades in the direction of the main trend, since the main trend is not so strong, you have to be careful for reversals, because the reversals will not take too long to form. Okay, now let's see. This would be the trend line supporting the upside. As you can see, we have a trend line supporting the up move, and we have a trend line. Let me see this daily trend line around 163, providing some resistance. We're right in between. We're trading right in between. I'm expecting some consolidation to take place here. Maybe a spike through 158, 159. Maybe again another attempt at 163 before we see anything more important than maybe a breach through 163.50 and that move towards 172. All right. Let me see if there's anything on the daily indicating direction and if there's any wave formation. Yes, actually there is a wave formation that I think will be confirmed today. A 78 fib is about to break. Okay, so we are at the 78 fib of the first move, and I think also the move that we are now looking at, this retracement, is also at the 78. So we should see a breakout or rejection today at the close of the daily candle. All right. So what we can notice here, the resistance was at 160. We breached, retested, went up to settle the high at 163. Then it came back, got rejected again at 159.60, 59.70. And when it moved up, gave these reversal candles here, okay, that might indicate more downside. This is the wave pattern that I'm going to follow for short term. So this is the pattern we're following, and I'll be interested to know where this pattern is contradicted and where it's reconfirmed. All right, I see the MACD is turning bearish right now as well. So we're looking for a target of, first of all, 160. Well, that's a pretty easy target. We're already at 160.30. Then the previous low at 59.60, and I would look for a 127 extension of this red wave. Let's move on the 4-hour chart to make it clear. Okay. 127 of this up move. So let's see where that target is. Okay. The wave target is down here, corresponds to a 161 extension at 158.30. So this will be the second target. And the first target at 127 around 158.90. Put it a few pips higher than the actual fib level. Okay, and we have support at 160 and the previous low at 59.60. So these are the levels to watch for the downside. Let's see the indicators. We're looking at bearish MACD starting to form an angle. Bearish tricks also with an angle almost formed, but basically the rate of change does not look like opening down. It looks more like flat and possibly crossing up, indicating more consolidation. So, well, it's not really good news. It doesn't seem like we're going out of this consolidation immediately. We broke the trend line, yes, retested, but it doesn't seem like the market is very clearly decided on one side or the other. Alright, now we have a triangle as well, and we just got out of it. We're breaching the horizontal level, the horizontal support at 160.40. 160.42, yes. We just breached there now on the 4-hour chart. So it looks like indeed it's the bearish scenario that looks more probable right now. I see that on my other screen that GBPCHF is continuing down, so that's pretty good news. I didn't have a signal to short GU earlier in this session, so I'm still on the fence on that pair. And the same situation for the euro dollar, but I'm not very happy shorting that one with GBP being weaker than the Swiss franc and actually weaker than the euro as well. I prefer to short the weakest currency against the dollar when the time comes. All right, let's see what else we have. 1-hour chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like a wave formation, but again we have 7 waves if you count all the way down. A very weak MACD on the 1-hour chart. I think well, the best signal has not yet come. All right, let's see 30 minutes. Pivot wise, we are in a safe bearish zone. Okay, so quick conclusions for the bigger charts. Somewhat consolidating now around 160.30 down to about 160. I'm expecting it to accelerate below 160 towards 58.30 as a final target for this. If it breaches 158.30 and if it goes anywhere beyond 57.80, okay, that means this bearishness might extend in midterm. This might be a top for quite some time, so we might expect this continuation, this down move to go all the way to 153 and then even confirm a short for midterm. So for now, I think 158.30 is the immediate target, and only a move. Let's see where this would be negated only when the trend line breaks and the horizontal level breaks as well. So there should be, I think we should be fine shorting below this resistance point. All right, midterm trading. I think right now we're looking at shorts from 160.30, 160.50 with stops around 61.30, 61.40, targeting. Well, first of all, 158.30 and possibly 157.90. Okay, definitely we are in a bearish territory here. All right, now let's see a different perspective. Let's see what the rainbow is suggesting. Moving some of these lines and looking at all the charts. This would be the bullish wave pattern that I was showing you guys last week, and we are still in it, but right now it seems like we are retracing. That means 158.30. If we see that level, then this would be the wave 2 of this yellow formation. It's complicating things a bit because the bulls will have to wait for this confirmation level to start buying again. Okay, green light for buying again above 161.20. Otherwise, here we are in consolidation, and some more pressure on this pair should be seen down to 158. All right, definitely from a daily perspective, GU remains bullish, targeting 172. Now let's see the 4-hour chart. This is the first one I'm taking into account when making a decision. Now, as I said before, when price is inside the rainbow, so that means you have trouble seeing the candles because of the moving averages. That means we are actually consolidating a recent move, and most likely we are not anywhere in a breakout situation where previous highs or lows are taken out. We're just retracing. So there's nothing really strong at this point. Ideally, to have a better confirmation, longs would be signaled around 161.50. Okay, from the perspective of this chart. If it continues through 159, 160, then we will be waiting for the 4-hour to form another rainbow, a bearish rainbow this time, to take it down to 160. But in general, when price is inside the rainbow, or even if it's dropping below the 200 MA, that's somewhat of a difficult area, and you either trade it short term, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, or you don't trade it at all and you wait for the 4-hour to be clearly aligned with a clear signal. Either way. All right, 1 hour just to see where we stand. Exactly here, the bearish rainbow is opening up. Previous candle, actually. All the MAs are aligning, as you can see. So right now we are confirmed shorts on this time frame with stops around 161. That's confirming pretty much our observations on the 4-hour and daily chart on the clean chart that we started on. All right, 30 minutes, the same situation. It's just that the rainbow is smaller. 1690 is the limit. As you can see, this is the limit hour chart. So I think for midterm, it looks good to try shorts around here with the stops around 6080, 6090 for targets of about 100 pips down to 5930 and eventually 159. Now 15 minutes and 5 minutes, these are the charts I'm using for making decisions and taking trades. Now we are here in a dangerous area still. We need to clear either this bottom of the Asian session that would confirm me into a short, and that would be the only trade confirmed today. Or if we breach 160.40, then well, in theory, it will confirm a long, but it will not get me into a trade because I will need basically much more than that. I will need 160.70, a breach of 160.90 before I take a long. So if I am confirmed into a short, I will probably take it. If I'm confirmed into a long, then I will probably skip the signal altogether and look for something else. Maybe look to buy the euro dollar instead of GU, which seems to be, I think, better. Looks better than GU at this time for longs. I'm more interested in shorting GU and GJ if I get the right setup. If not, probably I will skip these pairs today. All right, and finally the 5-minute chart. Yeah, it looks like pulling back. I think we are looking at a retracement of about 78.50 here. Exactly 78, where it spiked. So aggressive possibility right now of longs here at 36, 60.40, not further than 60.45 anyway, with stops at 60.25, 60.20. It's a possibility for those of you scalping. It's a trade, as far as I'm concerned, against the trend still, even on the 5-minute chart. So I will not take it, just signaling for those of you trading small charts like 1 minute and 5 minutes. Even on 5 minutes is not clearly confirmed. Besides, my analysis says shorts are more welcome today and with more potential. So either I'm shorting or I will stay out. Yeah, it looks like the shorts are not going to confirm. You see, this is why I don't like entering trades inside this overlapping area when my red rectangle overlaps the Asian session, because it's usually a time when the market tends to reverse direction. So that means basically I'm entering on a confirmed trade, like the shorts are confirmed right now, but I don't know if I'm not entering exactly at the bottom. That's the problem with the rainbow entries. They're always in the right direction, but there might be exactly the signal might come exactly when the direction is changing. So there's nothing you can do. You just have to take your stop. And I found it to be more profitable to simply not take trades at dangerous hours of the day, especially beginning of London and New York. Now, if after this we see a break of 160.20, probably shorts will be safer. All right, now let's get back here on this 4-hour chart, draw some conclusions for swing trading, intraday, and scalping. Now, for swing trading, I'm suggesting shorts. We have already a break of trend line, a confirmation for shorts. The final confirmation, as far as I'm concerned, comes at the break of 159.90, but that's not going to be the best entry, because at this point you are already, well, the price has already broken. Yes, you are expecting with high probability the 158.30 level to be reached, and even down at 157.90, but it's not the best entry. So if you want swing trading, and if you are comfortable with entering, let's say, a setup intraday with stops and targets for swing, then you might consider the signal when it comes later on the 15-minute chart. But in general, I would look for shorts targeting this area 57.90, 58.30 for as long as we stay below 161. Now, any attempt back at 61.50 or any close above this level on the 4-hour and daily, that would confirm that we are indeed back in the direction of the daily chart, and that should bring stronger longs in the market, stronger bulls. So definitely don't follow the short direction beyond 161.50. It just seems to be the breakout point, and probably you will see 63 and 163, 165 very soon. So shorts, as far as I'm concerned, are okay only below 161, 161.50. All right, guys, can I reconfirm, please, sound and chart? Getting some weird noises in my headphones. Okay, thanks, Ken. All right, now for intraday, according to this 15-minute chart, I'm looking for a short around 160.20. This is the level where I would go in. Probably not doing anything until I see a breach of this point, this support. 160.25, 160.20. The stop will be the high wherever it goes now. Maybe 160.55, 160. I think not more than 160.70 in any case. Okay, targeting, well, same targets of 158.30, 157.90, but depends on how strong the momentum is. Okay. On the other hand, for very short-term scalping, well, it seems like this minor resistance is breaking and the longs are being confirmed. I'm not going to take this trade long. I'm just simply watching. I'm still in bearish territory, so there's no longs confirmed, but it looks like we're trying to breach the previous high, and I would suggest for scalping long from around here with stops at 160.25, the very low risk of 15 pips. If it breaches, well, the only problem is, as far as I see, you're practically taking a bit of a gamble with low risk. You could see, well, it depends how strongly it goes, but if it breaks the 160.70, then you're practically risk-free, so you can expect T1, and from there you have a very good entry in a midterm position. On the other hand, it will have to cross quite a number of resistance points, checkpoints until it gets there, and even if it's 15 pips, personally, I prefer not to risk even those 15 pips on a trade that is against the trend, even as far as the 5-minute chart is concerned. Maybe if later on the 5-minute chart confirms, I will think about it during the New York session. It might get interesting, but for now, I don't think so. There's quite high volatility on the GBP pairs. There will be news in about 1 minute time, I think. Let's see how this goes. It might be aggressive movement now in GBP. One moment, guys, to reload something here. Okay, it looks like GBP is up. All right, we have wow, what a move in GU. We're up at 160.70, almost confirming a long right now. So let's see. 15 minutes is trying to breach the 200 MA. Let me check the other charts. Let me see if GJ is doing the same thing. Okay, GJ is on its way up as well. All right, since we're almost done with GU, let's have a look at GJ, because basically the longs on the yen pairs look interesting for me, and I think now that GBP is in a bullish position both on GC and on pound Swiss and on pound dollar, the GBPJPY could be a good deal. All right, now let's have a look at this one. First of all, let's see where the resistance levels are. I think we have another 100 pips to go, something like that. To the next resistance point in GJ, so there's still enough room for this move to develop. Okay, let's see if the weekly is confirmed into the same signal. What I wanted to point out here on the GJ weekly is the support at the 78 pip and the break of the trend line, which means GJ might be on its way up. You see, on the weekly we broke the trend line, and now only the breach of the 134.30 level is needed to confirm that GJ is on its way up. I would say for midterm, I would bet on GJ going up again, because it definitely cleared dangerous area around the 128, 129. Okay, let's see, wave-wise. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like 134.30 is the next target for GJ. I think that should be an easy target to achieve. Let's continue the 4-hour chart. I want to check if there's a signal from the indicators. The indicators are very flat. MACD, the rate of change, tricks, all of them. There's practically nothing here. Seems like the rate of change is turning up. I'm trusting this one more because it's an indicator more adaptable to short-term movements. Yeah, the indicators tell us nothing. Nope. Okay, starting with the 1-hour chart, especially if we confirm if we close here. Yeah, if we close here, this 1-hour resistance will be cleared, and I think that's going to be interesting. I'm looking for an entry around here on GJ, guys, with stops right at 133.10. I think it's still the right time to go into this one, because it looks like the volatility is accelerating today. Just 1 second, please. I'll be right back. Just need to take this position. All right, I took a long on GJ. I was looking for this breach of 133.56. It's not yet confirmed on the hourly though, so careful. I did not expose too much. Just want to be in case we're starting to shoot up, and I don't want to miss the entire move up to 134.30. So if it's continuing higher another 70-80 pips, well, I want to be in at least with a small lot and add on the way up. 30 minutes, just I think it just closed. No, it basically opened with the move, so it will we'll have to wait for this to close around 25 minutes from now. The problem with GJ, it can go really far in 30 minutes. In 25 minutes, it can be all the way up to the target already. That's why I think it's a good average to not take a full position, but not be completely out of this either. Just take a smaller lot to be in the market and not miss the move completely. Now, what's interesting, the 30 minutes is confirming by breach of the resistance and the MACD turning bullish as well with break of trend line. And what's more important, I am, let's say, more open to buying GBPJPY. If I had seen the same setup on the GU, probably I wouldn't have taken it. It's because the overall trend remains bullish on this GJ. We have been supported pretty well the last few sessions, and we are trading in a bullish trend on the hourlies, on the 4-hour chart, on the daily chart. So I'm more willing to take a chance to the long side than enter shorts. That's why for longs, instead of buying GU, I think I will stick to GJ for now. Okay, finally the 15-minute chart. This one will close in only 7 minutes. More likely to give me something interesting. I want to see if this rejection happened at a fib level, exactly at 78 fib. Again, the 78 fib seems to be magical for giving rejections right at the 78 fib. And well, we're moving up in a pretty stable at a pretty stable pace. I wouldn't expect too much though. I think 134.30 would be the limit for now. I think I would look for just a spike. One moment. Let me see where I have level from. Yep, it's a daily previous level of resistance. And I think we can expect some reactions there. Maybe not immediately, maybe not on a 5-minute chart, but expect the 4-hour to bounce there. Maybe even if the 4-hour is breaking, then maybe the daily to give some rejection. So I'm planning to take profit somewhere around 134.30. We'll see where it starts to lose power. Now let's see what the rainbow is saying. Daily chart, we just breached the top of the rainbow, the 200 MA and the fast moving average that are rushing out, starting to form a bullish rainbow. That's relevant for the overall situation longer term. If you look at the weekly chart, well, that's because the weekly has been a strong bearish trend for approximately 2 years now. So while we are here in this area of consolidation, then we can trade against the trend. But if we are going back below 128, it will be reconfirmed short, and it's more difficult to trade against it. Okay, the daily is okay. We're getting out of the bearish territory now. And finally, the 4-hour chart has confirmed longs right here on this candle. It's where price went outside of the bearish rainbow. You see? Step number 1. Step number 2, aligned into a bullish rainbow. Step number 3, pulled back to the bottom of the rainbow. So it's not the top anymore, as you can see here. It's the bottom. And then reconfirmed by aligning, realigning, and you see the moving averages starting to align in the correct order. That means we have another round of longs coming. Indeed, it went up pretty nicely for some time, pulled back here, found some support on the previous resistance, typical GJ behavior, I would say, and now we are rushing towards the resistance. Frankly, I don't think this resistance will last for too long. In any case, on the 4-hour chart, we're definitely into a bullish trend, so we're trading with the main move. 1 hour, you see, it was consolidating 2 hours ago. Now getting out of this rainbow, and again, you can see the candle clearly here above the highest moving average. That means price is going faster than the moving averages. We have a good momentum and we have a good direction. Also, the bullish direction right now is pretty well confirmed. Now let's see 30 minutes. Looking good. Again, it's the same candle, this white candle forming now after the news that defines the move. Obviously, the 50-minute chart is going to confirm after this candle. But actually, guys, if you are not already in, just pointing out something I see on the rainbow, this is not yet a signal as I usually take it. Okay, and now on GJ it's hard to take signals when it actually breaks out, because either it goes too fast, so then if you wait, there's nothing left. The market hits your target before you manage to get in, or you get in at a very high level and it's not worth it anymore. It's interesting when you see consolidation like here and slight bearish bias, like you see right here, okay? When it bursts in the other direction, just to allow the yellow moving averages, the 20, say 10 to 30 moving averages, to get out of the rainbow, signaling that there is indeed, this is not just a spike, there is some some bids here on GJ, and the bulls are here to stay. So that means if there's some pullback, anyway, the moving averages will be moving up for the next maybe 15-30 minutes. If this candle closes here, and I think it will close somewhere above 133.50, definitely price is going way faster than the average moving averages, the average of my moving averages. So regardless if it's going down, it will not change this outlook. It will simply give you maybe better levels to go long. So you might want to wait for this to pull back before you do anything. Right now the stops are somewhere at 133.10. So also there's a matter of risk to reward and the right time to enter, because if you're entering at 133.70, stop at 133.10, that's 60 pips of risk, and you're going for approximately 70 pips of target. But if you wait for it to drop to 133.55, already you have a much better risk to reward. Only 45 pips of risk and approximately 80 pips of target. So the risk to reward is clearly better for you. 2-to-1 compared to 1-to-1. All right. So for GJ, conclusion for now. It looks to me like the bulls are going to try and stage an attempt at 134 today. We should see probably this 134.30 level giving some reactions. I am not excluding even something much bigger than this. We're dealing with we are on a bullish trend. My trend meter is also bullish, with 80% strength. That's pretty high, 80 out of 100. Of course, as it accelerates, it will pick up it will go up even more, up to 100. And if we breach 134.30, then well, we all know how GJ can go, and we haven't seen days like these for quite some time. We can see 137 even. Well, maybe not today, not immediately, but what I'm suggesting, guys, try not to go against this and to try to pick tops while the market is going up, because, well, we might not be in a strong trend on any pair right now, but if the trend is forming, there might be too late before you realize we are in a strong trend. So might not be worth it. All right, look for maybe for positioning yourself into trades with the main trend, which for me right now remains the bullish side. Any questions, guys? Let's see what GU is doing. Oh, it didn't do much. You see, GU went up to 60.80, spiked there, exactly at the central pivot. It doesn't seem convinced right now. It doesn't look like rallying through. That's one of the problems when you have a move like this, which is a bullish move essentially, but it's against the main trend. Hold on. My trend remains bearish for GU for now. So I don't know. I'm just not convinced of buying GU just yet. But definitely that short setup I was telling you about will be in standby and not to be activated before we reach 60.30, 60.25. So no shorts for GU until we see those levels. Because right here, well, it might not be confirmed into longs just yet, but it definitely does not confirm shorts. Even more so if it breaks the top of the rainbow at 60.80, 60.90. It's the top of the rainbow on 15 minutes and also on 30 minutes and also on 1 hour. So 3 time frames, intraday time frames, providing resistance here at 161. So if you are into longs, either lower your risk or think about waiting some more. Jess, that's not an impression. That's actually what's happening, especially small stops. That's why sometimes I'm entering positions and I'm not placing any stops. Slow, it's not mine. It's an indicator I found. It's a template. It's just a collection of moving averages put together on the same chart. I'm not sure where you can find it online, but if you email me, I can send it to you after my session. No problem. I simply adapted it, changed a few things, added this session indicator. That's it. This is my email. All right, so email me for anything, and if you guys need this indicator or for anything else, I can send you my version. Okay. Yeah, it looks like the GBP remains somewhat bullish. So that means for those shorts I had in mind on GU, I will have to drop the idea of shorting GU. And I'm even considering longs on pound Swiss and possible shorts on euro dollar, because suddenly with the euro not so strong and basically confirming a short right now, it just doesn't make sense to buy GU. We'll see how it goes. All right, any other questions, guys? We will have an hourly close in just 10 minutes. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for GJ to give me an answer whether we're continuing higher here. The 15 minutes close is very good, but I want an hourly close somewhere above 133.50 to tell me that there is some serious buying going on, and it will continue in the next few hours. But I like the fact that the news, that the move right after the news goes in the same direction as the trend, which is bullish for GJ. That's how I like to trade when the fundamentals meet the technicals. Then you have more chances of things working out. On the other hand, on GU, we have the opposite situation. We have the fundamentals going against the technicals. So that, leaves us somewhere in between. Of course, in the end, you will see one of them will tip the scales in their favor, and we'll see either a breach of this resistance or a full rejection at the highs. But before that happens, I don't think it's urgent to get into a trade. All right. Well, I think my session is coming to an end. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me. My website address is tipsandtips.com. You might find some information there, or if you want to contact me via that website, you can also do that. All right. Well, thanks for attending, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the session. Hope you get some nice tips today and for the rest of the week. And I'll see you all next Tuesday. Have fun and have a profitable week.